Oh my, 5:12, just got done. And I'm not done for the day. We still got our girls in tonight. Bravura, Blue Tesla, and my sweet Mimi are in tonight at Northfield Park. We're in late, so actually I'm going to go home, maybe relax for a little while. Gotta have a shower. I'm filthy. Fair dirt all over me. I got qualifying dirt all over me. Man, so how'd the day go today? It went great. We set a track record with Coupe de Ville. 2-1. She was good. You know, these fillies, I'll tell you what, they'll try you, won't they? Like, Smoking Hot Irish Girl run for no reason. I can make excuses with the best of them, but not today. She run for no reason. I can hear her touch somewhere 2 or 3 times. Now, I'm not calling that a soft excuse. She really should have pushed through. And the reason I say that is because she actually did trot a really good, strong last 3/4 of a mile after that. So if you can trot 3/4 of a mile, there's no reason you can't trot a full mile. There's only 2 reasons. You're not paying attention or you don't care. Those are the only 2 reasons. So I talked to Jason, the blacksmith, going to make a little shoeing change with her. I know where she was hitting. I know what she was doing. We'll see if we can mitigate that ease. I think we can. A little bit of shoeing. We can change that pretty quick, I think. So we'll go right back to the start. I had won the first race for somebody. Second race, Whispering Song, a number of people said, well, did we race her? Is it one of these deals where we split the money? No. The gentleman who had bought the filly, had his license, and messaged myself. I know the name, Bill Andrew. I know him very, very well. I know the entire family. My brother Mark, in fact, was almost best friends with, if I'm not mistaken, would be Bill Andrew's nephew growing up. He lives out west, has a big breeding farm out west. I didn't really ask him why he bought Whispering Song. I have no idea. I assume it's to take her to PEI, maybe to breed her. I'm not sure, to be honest. But he messaged me and said, Anthony, Bill Andrew, would you guys consider keeping the filly through the end of her fair season? Sure, no problem. So he raced her today. She won pretty easy, 2-5 in a piece. And then Coupe de Ville, man, she's still in power mode. Like, she wants to overpower everybody, but not crazy. I just let her do her work. The fact that she's made breaks and is prone to interfering sometimes and making mistakes. Now, she's the type of filly that powers through them. When she hits herself, she almost gets angry, and her next stride is just at a sheer rage almost. And that's why you'll see her be like today. If you watched around the first turn, she just went to go into the turn and just touched herself a little bit, and then she went to take off. And I looked at the 3-hole and I said, nah, not today. And I just let her keep rolling to the front. She overpowered them and broke the track record at Wooster, and it is a decent track there. I'm not familiar with what the track record was or whatnot, but it is a decent track. So a really, really good mile for Coupe de Ville, but that's what she can do. And it's so frustrating, but I guess we all have to take a step back and realize that these are babies, right? They're babies, and some will mature mentally and physically quicker than us. We've gone over this time and time again, but it is true. They are babies. It takes time. Coupe de Ville, I would like to see her do that in July, not in September, but we don't get that option. So she'll race the remainder of the fairs. The rest of the Buckeyes out, I think she'll do fine. But today was, I think last week was a real watershed moment for her, a real time where a race where it felt like things were changing, and then today she continued on, and in between that race at Northfield, second and 58 was the one. You could tell she's now figured out that, I'm faster than most of these horses. I just have to push through and persevere, and she does. And man, when she does, she is a pretty filly to sit behind and a pretty filly to watch. Was just awesome today. And then Smoking Hot Irish Girl, I think she's a little frustrated. She's finding a tough time. She's finding it tough to find her place, to find where she belongs, or how she can do it. And I think this is just a mental block that she has to find her way through. And quite frankly, I think she will. She's a nice filly. Today's break was frustrating, no doubt, but at the same token, a real telling sign that she's just not there yet, right? Mentally, she got a little bit to learn. Physically, I did hear those 2 or 3 strikes before she made a break. We're going to try and fix that with some shoeing. And then you'll see her in Delaware next week. So all 3 of those fillies were pretty good today. Came back today. Oh my gosh, I just can't get a handle on this horse. Is he just no good? Or is there something ailing him? I know we hadn't scoped him yet. But this horse I trained in 2-3, but the week before that he trained poorly. And then today, he was terrible. Now, they had a recall, which they never have in a qualifier. Somebody was in the wrong position and screwed everything up, and I think it was only fair to cause that recall, or to call that recall, but did that bother him? It shouldn't. That's really a dumb excuse, actually, for a qualifier. I don't know whether he's growing and he'll be a good horse next year, or whether he's just no good. I don't know. I think at this point, with the market so saturated with 2-year-olds, there'd be very little point in selling them, unless you're going to get like Rosita's Dream. We're going to get like 30 cents on the dollar. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it. Maybe turn him out and train him back in a month and 2 months. We have to do something that would lead me to believe this will lead to him being a better horse. Giving him time to fill out and grow up. Will that work? Possibly. But I hate that. We're already on that path with High Enterprise and another horse or 2 where we're just hoping. If the word hope comes up and dream comes up in any sort of path construction with the 2-year-olds, you're on the wrong path. You just paved the wrong road. Because hope is what you don't see, haven't seen, and you hope to see. So, I guess the other side of that coin is, at this point, I think we're so far down this path, it would have to be just a fire sale. And it's just not worth it. He can come back and be a useful horse and worth more money next year. I think I might just kick him out. And I know, at least one partner in Illinois is not going to like hearing that. Alan, I don't really know what to say. I'll say it as plainly as I can. I was hoping he'd be much better today and he'd go qualify in 2-2. But did he show his true colors today, or is there something bothering him? I find myself making an awful lot of excuses for some of these horses. So, I think ultimately it's as simple as this: we sell him now, we're gonna get torched. If we hang on to him and hope he comes back better, maybe he will. Blind faith, I guess, is what I'm saying. So that's Gosh Amordiner went good. Again, 2 minutes back. I was gonna go in 2-2 with him, and I knew once we get up to the corner in 30 and a piece, there was a chance he'd go in 2-2, which would have been awesome to back him up those 2 seconds. But we ended up going in 2 minutes. The good news is there's tons of classes for him. You guys see what's going on, right? When Bravura exits that class, he can move in there, and that's a good spot for him. He can follow those guys right up through the classes. There's lots of room for a Amordiner, and he did his work well today. So happy with him. I schooled Leaps and Bounds. She was still touching that hawk, got out of gear, made a break. I can make an argument to take her to Kentucky, but I made it very clear. I sent a note out to one of our statisticians, somebody that I hold in high regard when it comes to what the horses can do, what the numbers look like, what the options are, what various paths are available in front of me, and then makes my job easier. Just pick the best one. She can't trot in 54 right now. She can't trot in 55 right now. She can trot in 56 in Kentucky. Do we go to Kentucky and test the waters? Do we turn her out? Do we wait, race her in the Keystone Classic in the Meadows, and then turn her out? Well, those are all options. Do we wait, race her in Kentucky in the series in October? Another option. I don't know the best way for it. I will by tomorrow when they draw for Kentucky. I think as I talk about it, and as Jason and I pulled up the results from last week, it's not the first option, put it that way. So we'll see. A lot going on, obviously. Crantini, I believe, has arrived in Ontario. We have all the horses going tomorrow. I'm leaving tomorrow morning to go down and view our next wave of babies, our 2023 potential stable horses down there tomorrow. My wife Amy and Danny O'Brien are going to join me in Ohio tomorrow afternoon. We're going to discuss what we saw, what we liked, what we didn't like. I'm going to make a hard list with hard prices, and we'll go from there. Right now on my list, there's got to be 50, 60, 70 horses. We'll whittle that down to probably 30. With the hard lines and hard numbers, we'll probably end up with 12, I'm thinking. So that's where we're at for tomorrow in Ohio. There's a lot of, I see a lot more of the lots that moved today. You're going to see a couple more move tomorrow. I know a couple of people are on the fence and looking to jump in, so that should be cool. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. There's 2 videos, one after another, one from this morning, one from this afternoon. The reason I can't post them right away is running out of data. So with that, I'll let you go. I'll talk to you soon. Good luck to everybody tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. I might just have a little tiny nap, a little cat nap, and then head back to Northfield Park for Bravura, Blue Tesla, and My Sweet Mimi. So with that, take care. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.